Hello, this is Jeffrey Kendall Pelican in the Wilderness. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My dad and I had an adventure together. We went down the Catawba River in a two-man raft. We might be the only two people to go down this part of the Catawba River in a two-man raft. We started just below the dam at Lake James, and we went from that point down to Morganton. Now, we didn't know anything about this river. We didn't know where the rapids were, where the falls were, or what crossed it, or anything. This was a real adventure. It was my dad's initiative, and my dad paid for it. I mean, he made it happen. He bought the raft, the boat, the inflatable raft with two paddles, and it was his idea. It was fantastic. Well, we hit some rapids. We got spun around, but we straightened ourselves out. We got rained on a couple times, just brief showers that came and went. There was one place where a cable crossed the river and it was low, and we would have just smashed right into the cable, or it would have hit us physically, our bodies, not just the raft. I remember my dad reached out in front of the boat and lifted it up and over our heads. It was really kind of a heroic thing to do, an in the moment saving thing. We had food with us, sandwiches that we made, and soft drinks. Well, the soft drinks got all, shaken up, and my dad, was smart enough to tell me to open the can of Coke and point it away from the raft and over the river. And when I did that, the power inside, the bubbles inside, the carbonation had created a lot of force, and it spewed, I thought, 20 feet. That's an exaggeration, of course, but that's in the mind of a kid. This was a great adventure. We were going to stop at one of the bridges over the river in Morganton. I can't remember which bridge now, but I think we missed the bridge where we intended to stop. I remember we were in the river looking up the bridges, and they looked incredibly different from below the bridges than from above. And we'd never seen them from below, of course, and so we may have missed the bridge we intended to stop at. We stopped at the bridge where 181 went into Morganton. And when we came out of the river, I was just soaking wet. One person, a friend who saw me, said I looked like I was a survivor from a shipwreck. My dad went to make a phone call to get hold of Mom so she could come pick us up. Let me tell you, this was a fantastic adventure. This was my real dad. Now, at this point, my dad had beat me down with you can't, you can't, you can't. But this was a we can event. And this is something my dad initiated. It was something that entailed risk. It was fun. I never really saw my dad again like this. But I think this was my real dad. This is who he really was. But something happened. He got beaten down by my mom, maybe. I imitated my mom in my treatment of him, which I feel terrible about. I really learned not to do that. But something really changed about my dad, and I never really saw him like this again. But I did see the negativity, the yelling, and the you can't message, which became worse and worse. If you think we should speak up about abuse, please subscribe to my channel and support my efforts. If you think my stories will help someone, please like my video, comment on it, and share it.